see. Make sure we're on. All right. Okay. We are back with another Chase or Not Time Stop. This is an interesting card. So I think that this card is really good. It has a good effect. But the thing about it is, it's only a one time effect. So we need ways to make sure that we can cast it many times over the course of the game, preferably every turn. Fortunately, in Standard, there is actually a way to do that, and that is with the Blue Ogre from Ixalan, Lost Caverns of Ixalan. So let me show you the deck that I came up with for this card. And the main objective is really just to stall with time stop while you build up your side of the board. And so I've been using Teferi Master Time a little bit more lately just because he is a pretty cool planeswalker, and I think they've finally fixed the quirks that his third ability had. But anyhow, so here's what you do with Time Stop. When you cast a non-copy spell, exile it. At the beginning of your turn, you may pick one of the first two different spell cards from your exile. If you do, create a copy of that spell in your hand. Then that card gains full mana. So that means we need to either cast this card or just exile it from our hand. And then have Ogre pack Paddock into play. And you just basically copy this spell every turn. And you basically disable everything on their side until you stop doing that. And also the nice thing about the Ogres is that they're gods, so they end up being a really interesting support when they die. They become a land. The effect of this one is the one that's most interesting. When you cast a card for the first time during your turn, gain an extra swap. Then if there are 4 more blue gems, drain X mana from the first card in your opponent's hand. X is equal to the number of blue gems on the board rounded down. So there's a nice little extra bit of defense for you there. But what I really like to do is just flip it back to the Ogre side if I don't have one on the board. So basically you get Ogre on the board, and you either cast a time stop as one of the first spells, or you just exile it from your hand before you cast 2 other spells. So there's a little bit of fiddling around to make sure this combo works, but it does pretty well. And then the main win con here is actually going to be Ovika. So what we do is we just kind of stall until we get Ovika going and the third ability. And then from there, you just kind of slowly pick your opponent apart here. So, okay, we can get the Ogre down. And the interesting thing about this deck is you have kind of a choice in what else you want to make sure that you can copy in your hand with the Ogre. So I kind of like having Lock and Load as a card that I have in my exile so that I can copy it when needed. What helps is that with the Ogre, you can just copy it and then play it when you need to. So let's see. Okay, we don't need stolen goods yet. That was a nice cascade. Okay. See if we can get that online. Cool. Uh-oh. There's a bristling, or what is this? Mossborn Hydra? Yeah. So we don't need either of those spells. So we'll just play our Lock and Load, and hopefully we get a time stop. Okay, there's one. All right, cool. But I do think that it's going to copy our Demon Inferior instead. So this one might not work the way we want it to. Yeah, so we only get to copy Demon Inferior or Lock and Load. However, we still have other cards in our hand here that we can possibly uh, play in an interesting way. I don't know. If we could get that time stop. Okay, that works. And so, yeah, every time we cast a spell or cast one of our creatures, we build up our Ovika. And when we have his third ability down, we get 2 extra swaps. So it makes it a lot easier to cast some of our other creatures, or not even creatures, just cards in our hand. Uh-oh. This is not good. That Hydra is going to get stupid big. Well, okay, we'll survive. We can just Demon Inferior. So I wasn't able to get Time Stop down on the board. It would have been nice actually if I had a Time Stop just loaded up, and because it has Flash, which also makes it good. We could steal their support. I'm not even sure what it is, but that actually helps us to make a lot of what are they called? Goblins. Okay. Well, that was a little scary because he had flash, or he had a haste on us, and we didn't have a time stop flashed, which is good to have too, just in case. It's definitely helped me out a couple times where I thought I was going to get smacked in the face really hard, but I had a time stop in my hand filled with mana and ready to be flashed into play. Cryptics, Chimel, and Lock and Load. Slowly work to get those all on the board. Oh, nice. And Echoing Deeps as well. I actually think I want to change Echoing Deeps to one of the clue lands from Murders at Karlov Manor. I think I'll get more out of it because Cryptic seems to change my gems to white all the time instead of blue. Or I guess it's like half and half. Okay, we get a time stop and a Demon Inferior. Why not? So I'll go ahead and exile that time stop because I definitely want. I think I want both of those as cards I can fetch with the Oger. Okay, that's good. The Oger down. Ovika, perfect. Now we just need to put the Oger on board, and then should be able to do that because of our ability here. Let's see if we can actually grab a time stop. Are there any? I don't think there are any supports they have on board yet. I didn't remember seeing one, so we'll just go ahead and restart with Lock and Load. Got them out of there with Demon Inferior. I think we might be able to just grab a. Yeah, I'll grab a Stolen Goods just in case. I didn't want to play a time stop there because it would have kind of been a waste. Get an Ovika. See, there we go. Time stop. And then we save that for when it's needed. But let's get the Ovika down if we can. Mystical teachings. No room in our hand. That's the only problem with the Oger. If you don't have room in your hand to be able to copy the spell into your hand, then it doesn't work. Okay. 2 more swaps. We could do this. Oh, it didn't really work. Oh, we could grab an Echoing Deeps. Cryptics. Time stop, which will also create some goblins for us and put that guy out of commission for a bit. No room in our hand for a new time stop, but we'll get him out of there with a Demon Inferior anyway. Plus there's a time stop. I stole what they had with stolen goods. That's good. Yeah, it's a lot of goblins. Don't need that. Cool. Battle number 2 down. That one, yeah, showed off the way that time stop works for this deck. Kind of a slower play style. It doesn't really get moving until you get his third ability down. Then you could start putting your pieces down. Oh yeah, I was gonna do a little change in my deck, but that's okay. Golden Wish. What's he playing? Jessica with Archangel Elspeth. It's a very guff strategy. So I'm wondering what are they up to here? Okay, wow, that's good. Getting a bunch of more swaps here. Okay, we want to play a stolen goods at some point. But also let's get a demon inferior ready. I think I want Ovika down though. More than anything else first. Okay, and then let's get a demon inferior ready. Oh. Okay. That's alright. We'll get that out of the way. I wonder if stolen goods will work here. Let's find out. Three extra swaps. Sweet. It works on Vanguards. That is awesome. Wow, I stole a lot from there. So let's go ahead and hit him with his own thing there. Mystical Teachings. Could grab a lock and load. And maybe grab an Ogre to put on the battlefield. There we go. Okay. Don't need those soldiers. One more swap. Anything we could take from him? Yeah, there we go. Now let's keep it around since we already have an Ogre on the battlefield. Time stop. Play a card. And since we have an extra swap, we can use that to our advantage. And play the Jessica Vanguard next turn here. Or next swap. Because we're at 134 because of our little goblins. So there you go. Let's make it easy for us. See, this is why you play Guff with Vanguards, because you can use you could use the Icor Moon Gauntlet. Get a ton of extra swaps. Can't do that with Kalemne. And we'll do one more battle. I think you get the gist of this card. I think this is the best way of playing it because you get a lot of times the ability to play it over and over again during the course of the battle. I think it's the only way that it really works well. When you're able to copy one and just keep playing it over and over again. That's a jerk move. Okay, we get another Echoing Deeps. We already have one, so it doesn't matter. Save it. Just in case it plays another Crow Whip Cracker. I have another ready to play. Interesting. Swarm Yard. Okay, what is in our... Okay, we don't have any spells to copy here, but I still want to get Ogre down. It shouldn't hurt us if we lose it, unless they exile it, which I don't think they will. Okay, we're at the third ability already. don't need this third Echoing Deeps. Some Mystical Teachings. All right, cool, perfect. So Mystical Teachings is a great one to throw into your exile for Oger, because you can just pick another spell if you don't want the time stop at the time. Any color matches? I don't see one, so we'll go there. Okay, we got another one. Anyway. So let's grab an Ovika. Oh, let's steal their Swarm Yard. Why not? Grab a Mystical Teachings. That's okay. Play another Oger in our hand. I do want to get that Stolen Goods down. Let's see if we can grab one with Mystical Teachings, actually. Stolen Goods, perfect. I would like to hit him with a Demon Inferior, too. So it's not in our way, but no, let's keep that around. Hit him with a Time Stop. Cool. The Swarm Yard gave us some mana there. Alright. That's good. He might have taken out my third ability support. That's annoying. Oh well. Took out our creatures, which were like the least important thing for me right now. We'll get an Ovika down, which will be good. Got the Master of Time token. Get those extra swaps. See if we can lock and load here. Okay, I think we'll get to start winning here soon. Mystical Teachings. Do a time stop on them. Yes, I can grab Mystical Teachings. Demon Inferior. Let's keep that. This Whip Cracker is so annoying. He's really only able to play anything because of his abilities. He's probably going to hit us with another Whip Cracker here, so let's see what happens. Just time stop, sure. I could have brought the Oger back, but I felt like he was going to kill it with a Whip Cracker anyway if I brought it back, but he did not, so he's pretty much done here. All right. So what do we think? Is Time Stop a chase card? I think it will be for some people. I think it's a lot more I think it's a lot less useful than people think. I think there's a lot you need to do to make it really a viable card. I like that it has flash. It's interesting to be able to shuffle the board because sometimes that is very relevant. Getting a Hixus or a Suppression Bonds or an Aegis out of the way, or maybe your your Moxes ended up in a bad spot, so you want to put the mana field somewhere that you can hit it more often. But anyhow, I think it will be a chase card for a lot of people. I think a lot of people will like this card. It's not one that I'm going to use very often personally. I think it's not an aggro card really at all. It's definitely one that's more for a little bit more control players. But yeah, if you think this combo is really cool and it's something that you really want to play around with and you think you have some good ideas for it, it's a really good card for that, for really stalling your opponent out. So um, I'm going to go ahead and say it's a chase. It's kind of one of those chase with an asterisk because you kind of want it, you really want to pair it with something that lets you copy it every turn. So on its own, I don't think it's a chase, but with the right combo of cards, I think you would want to chase it. So how's that? Is that fair enough? Okay then. Well, that's it for me. It's getting a little late over here, so I definitely want to get on with my night here. But thank you again for watching. And yeah, there's still plenty of chase or not cards to look at. So I look forward to seeing you there.